Ladies and gentlemen, muscle car enthusiasts, and performance fans around the globe, welcome to today's in-depth and exclusive review of the 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse, the most aggressive, most track-focused, and most menacing version of the Mustang lineup. Over the next 2 hours, we are going to dive into every single aspect of this beastly machine, from its raw design to its powerful naturally aspirated V8 heart, its precision handling, and the driver-focused interior that makes it more than just a car, it's an experience. The Mustang Dark Horse is not just another trim, it is the spiritual successor of Ford's racing heritage, carrying the soul of track cars like the Shelby GT350 and GT500 while carving out its own unique identity. The 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse is built as the ultimate track-capable version of the Mustang lineup. It sits above the GT but below hyper-exotic variants, delivering the perfect balance between road usability and racetrack precision. Powering this beast is a 5.0-liter naturally aspirated Coyote V8 engine, producing around 500 horsepower and over 420 pounds-to-feet of torque. Unlike many competitors who've gone down the turbocharged or electric path, Ford doubled down on the raw and emotional experience of a naturally aspirated V8. This decision alone has made the Dark Horse iconic, because it gives enthusiasts that pure old-school muscle car sound and feel. Paired with either a 6-speed manual Tremec transmission or an optional 10-speed automatic, the Dark Horse gives drivers the freedom to choose their weapon. The manual setup is a big hit with purists who crave mechanical connection, while the automatic caters to those who want lightning-fast shifts and maximum performance. Performance-enhancing hardware such as forged connecting rods, strengthened crankshafts, upgraded cooling systems, and a heavy-duty dual-throttle body intake make this engine far more durable than a regular Mustang GT. Ford also equips the Dark Horse with Brembo brakes, massive Pirelli P0 Trofeo R tires, and a track-focused suspension with optional Magnaride adaptive dampers. This means whether you're on the streets of Los Angeles or blasting through track corners at Sebring, the Dark Horse is equally at home. The steering is finely tuned for precision, and Ford's engineers have dialed in the chassis to deliver balance, grip, and agility that far exceeds what we typically expect from an American muscle car. The 2026 Mustang Dark Horse's exterior is where the aggression truly comes alive. Ford wanted the Dark Horse to stand apart not only from the GT but also from other performance coupes in the market. The front fascia is menacing, with sharp, angular LED headlights, a blacked-out grille with the Dark Horse logo, and larger air intakes designed to improve airflow for cooling. Unlike the GT's pony badge, the Dark Horse wears a unique stylized horse emblem, setting it apart immediately. The body lines are muscular yet refined, with sculpted fenders that bulge over the large wheels. The hood features functional vents, channeling hot air away from the engine bay and reducing lift at high speeds. Along the sides, sleek character lines run the length of the body, while aggressive skirts help the car look lower and more planted. The rear is dominated by a fixed rear wing, a diffuser, and quad exhaust tips that don't just look intimidating, they sound glorious. The blue ember metallic paint, exclusive to the Dark Horse, is one of the biggest visual statements. Under sunlight, it shifts from deep blue to hints of purple and bronze, making the car look alive and constantly changing. Paired with optional black stripes or carbon fiber accents, this color has become instantly viral on social media. Of course, classic shades like Shadow Black, Race Red, and Oxford White are also available, each with their own personality. Step inside the 2026 Mustang Dark Horse, and you're greeted by a cockpit designed for the driver above all else. This isn't the bare-bones interior of old muscle cars, it's modern, digital, and incredibly immersive. The first thing you notice is the massive curved digital display, which combines a 12.4-inch digital gauge cluster with a 13.2-inch central infotainment touchscreen. Together, they create a seamless wraparound look that feels futuristic while still being intuitive to use. Ford uses Sync 4 software, meaning wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, voice recognition, and over-the-air updates are all included. The system is highly customizable, letting drivers set up performance gauges, track timers, navigation, and media exactly how they want it. For enthusiasts, the Dark Horse also includes track apps, giving live feedback on acceleration times, braking distances, G-forces, and lap data. The seats are performance Recaro buckets, offering excellent bolstering for track use while remaining comfortable for long drives. Finished in premium suede and leather with blue contrast stitching, they perfectly match the Dark Horse's aggressive yet premium theme. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed, wrapped in Alcantara with contrast stitching and a prominent Dark Horse logo in the center. Paddle shifters on automatic models are made of anodized aluminum, adding to the premium feel. Every detail has been thought through: ambient lighting that changes with drive modes, premium audio from Bang & Olufsen, and carbon fiber trim across the dash and center console. The rear seats are compact but still usable for short trips, and cargo space remains practical for a coupe. The interior feels like a mix of track-ready aggression and modern luxury, showing how far Mustang interiors have come. Despite being track-focused, the Mustang Dark Horse doesn't compromise heavily on comfort. This is what makes it stand out compared to some European rivals where comfort is sacrificed for lap times. Thanks to MagneRide adaptive suspension, the ride can switch between stiff, track-ready damping and a more compliant setup for daily driving. On highways, the car remains stable and smooth, absorbing bumps without feeling too harsh. Noise insulation has been improved compared to previous Mustangs, but the V8 soundtrack is still ever present, especially in sport and track modes where the exhaust valves open fully. The cabin feels surprisingly refined for a muscle car. Road noise is controlled, and the seats provide excellent support over long distances. The climate control system is dual zone, and heated and ventilated seats are available, making the car usable in both summer and winter. Visibility is decent for a sports coupe, with wide mirrors and a relatively commanding seating position compared to low-slung European sports cars. Rear seat space is tight, but that's expected in a performance coupe. The trunk, however, is practical enough for luggage or weekend gear, meaning the Dark Horse isn't just a toy, it can be part of your everyday life. In short, comfort in the 2026 Mustang Dark Horse strikes a sweet balance, sporty enough to remind you it's a thoroughbred, yet refined enough for road trips, commutes, or even as a daily driver if you're passionate enough. Performance is where the Mustang Dark Horse truly shines. The 5.0-liter Coyote V8 delivers instant throttle response, screaming all the way to its high red line with an intoxicating soundtrack. With 500 horsepower, the Dark Horse rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 4 seconds, depending on the transmission. Top speed is electronically limited but hovers around 168 to 175 miles per hour, depending on configuration. But straight-line speed isn't the full story. The Dark Horse has been engineered for cornering and track dominance. The chassis is stiffened, the suspension is dialed in, and the grip levels are far superior to previous Mustangs. The steering is sharp and communicative, giving the driver confidence to push the car to its limits. On track, it feels balanced, agile, and precise, words rarely used for older muscle cars. Braking is equally impressive thanks to the Brembo 6-piston front brakes and massive rotors, which resist fade even after repeated hard use. The available track pack adds even more capability, with stickier tires, improved cooling, and enhanced aero. Launch control and selectable drive modes make the car adaptable for different scenarios, from drag strips to daily commutes. Perhaps the most exciting aspect is how raw yet refined the car feels. In an era where many performance cars are going hybrid or electric, the Mustang Dark Horse remains a pure V8, naturally aspirated, rear-wheel drive machine. It delivers an experience that's becoming increasingly rare, making it more than just a car, it's a statement. So, what do we make of the 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse? In many ways, it represents the last of its kind, a raw, naturally aspirated V8 muscle car designed in an era rapidly shifting towards electrification. And yet, it doesn't feel outdated, it feels timeless. The design is bold, the technology is modern, the interior is premium, and the performance is nothing short of exhilarating. It manages to blend heritage with innovation in a way very few cars can. For enthusiasts, the Dark Horse is a dream come true. It's aggressive enough to satisfy those who want a track-capable beast, yet comfortable enough to be used daily. It was a level of exclusivity that makes it stand out from a regular GT, and it delivers an experience that few competitors can match at its price point. From the signature blue ember paint to the roaring V8 soundtrack, everything about this car screams special. It's not just a Mustang, it's the Dark Horse, a name that already carries legend status among Ford fans. In conclusion, the 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse is not just a car, it's a celebration of driving passion. It's Ford reminding the world that muscle cars aren't dead, that raw performance still matters, and that some experiences can't be replicated by Fs or hybrids. If you want a car that combines heritage, performance, technology, and pure emotion, the Dark Horse should be at the very top of your list. If you enjoyed this in-depth review of the 2026 Ford Mustang Dark Horse, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and of course, Subscribe to the channel for more detailed reviews of the latest trucks and SUVs. Your support keeps us bringing you the most advanced automotive content, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.